Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking out almost like from a cockpit onto this vast digital landscape and focusing on Apertum. Think of it as this new generation digital highway. It was, well, basically engineered to fix what many call the triple failure of the older digital roads.
Speed, security, and cost, right?
Yep.
Those are the big bottlenecks.
Exactly. And we want to unpack how it's, more than just a road. It's aiming to be a network, an electrical grid, almost the foundation for new digital cities. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is how the whole idea of digital infrastructure had to evolve. The early systems were groundbreaking, absolutely, but they hit their limits pretty fast. Apertum is really a direct response to that.
Totally. So let's look back a bit. What were those flaws? Take Bitcoin, the first real digital road, maybe super secure, decentralized.
Groundbreaking for its time.
But slow. I mean, transactions taking minutes. It became more like a digital gold bar, a store of value, not really a highway for constant traffic.
Right. And then Ethereum came along. It added all these overpasses and complex intersections, smart contracts, NFTs, DAOs.
Which opened up huge possibilities.
It did. But the traffic just exploded. And the tolls, the gas fees, they just went through the roof. Suddenly, it wasn't accessible for everyone. It became a bit of a luxury lane.
Yeah, pricing people out. And then you had Solana promising that, supersonic speed. And it was fast.
Incredibly fast, yes. But the trade-off was resilience, wasn't it? It had those major outages, those system failures.
Yeah, those were pretty critical failures.
And that really highlights a key point. Speed is great, but speed without robust redundancy. That's just an accident waiting to happen. For infrastructure to be useful, day in, day out, it has to be reliable, always on.
And that's exactly the gap Apertum aims to fill. This isn't just putting a patch on the old system. It feels more like conscious infrastructure design.
Designed with those lessons learned.
We're talking blocks processed roughly every second. Imagine getting off a totally jammed roundabout straight onto an 8-lane highway where traffic just flows.
And the cost side is just as important. Transaction fees are, cheaper than sending a text message?
Pretty much, yeah. It opens up so many microtransaction possibilities. And then there's security and that redundancy piece.
Right. It uses, I think, over 10 independent auditable validators. Crucially, they're running on an Avalanche Subnet that's chain ID 2786. For those keeping track, it's distributed power.
Which is so critical. If one validator has an issue, goes offline.
The others just keep the road open. The network continues without skipping a beat. There's no single tower, no central switch that can just, bring everything down. It's redundancy built right in.
Yeah, real redundancy. Okay, so we have this powerful infrastructure, this highway. What does it enable? What gets built on it?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting, differentiating the road from the city, you could say. Apertum's the highway, the infrastructure, the decant the fertile ground.
Right.
And DAO1 is like the first digital metropolis being built right alongside it, or on it, really.
So DAO1 is the city. How does that work?
Think of it as having bots acting like automated shops and services, liquidity pools forming its sort of central marketplace.
Okay.
And DAAD NFTs, decentralized identity NFTs, acting like secure digital passports or citizenship for users within that ecosystem.
So the road enables the city to function. The speed and low cost of Apertum are what make DAO1 viable as this dynamic, almost autonomous place.
Precisely. It allows for all those small, constant interactions the living city needs, but without the crippling fees or delays.
Yeah.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Apertum's infrastructure directly supports DAO1's activity.
Okay, so stepping back, what does all this actually mean for you listening?
It comes down to inclusion and sovereignty, I think.
How so? Give us some examples.
Well, imagine a farmer, maybe in a developing country, selling their produce directly to a buyer anywhere in the world without losing a huge chunk to intermediary fees or, those abusive tolls we talked about.
Okay, yeah.
Direct connection.
Or a student sending, say, just $1 home without losing $20 in wire fees and terrible exchange rates.
Right. The micropayments become feasible.
Or even a creator launching an NFT project without needing, a massive venture capital investment just to cover the minting costs.
It lowers the barrier to entry significantly. And you mentioned sovereignty.
Yeah. On Apertum, the idea is you, the user, the driver, are sovereign. You initiate, you confirm your transaction, you choose your route, your keys, your control. You're the authority over your own path on this network.
Let's make that concrete. Can we walk through, say, 1 minute on your trip? Just a quick example.
Sure.
Okay. So you open your wallet app. You want to send some APTM, the Apertum token, to a friend. You type it in, hit send. That's like the car starting. The transaction is created and signed. right there on your device instantly.
Your private key signs it.
Then it hits the network. It passes the automatic toll. Let's say one of those validators quickly checks it, verifies it. Valid.
Checks the signature, the balance, yeah. And boom, it enters the lane. It gets included in the next block, which happens about a second later. And that's it. In seconds, it's confirmed, visible on the public ledger, permanent.
And that transparency is crucial, too. It's there, verifiable, but immutable. Transparency that doesn't erase.
So where does this leave us?
Look, Apertum isn't some far-off promise or a white paper dream. It's active, it's verifiable infrastructure that's already being used. The reality is the sheer volume of global digital activity finance, identity, creativity, it just doesn't fit on those old digital roads anymore.
They weren't built for this scale.
Exactly. The future needs these wide, fast, secure, and cheap highways. Apertum isn't just another road. It's aiming to be like clean energy for the digital economy and really the foundation for the digital cities of tomorrow.
It feels like those runway lights are already on, illuminating what's coming, or maybe what's already here. For everyone wanting more details, the links and tools are in the complete legacy text in the description. This has been The Deep Dive.